Hello, and welcome back to the coronavirus update video 28.0. First of all, happy Easter to everyone who is just joining in, and happy Easter to anyone who is already watching. And let's basically jump into it. So if you are new to this, basically every single day around 4 p.m. I do a quick update on the last 24 hours with government, news, anything to do with coronavirus. I also help answer any questions and queries that you may have, and give a rundown on basically everything related to the coronavirus here in Spain. And in fact, we've actually been talking about the UK and the United States as well. So anyway, let's jump into it. Happy Easter for everyone who is watching, and unfortunately if you're not able to be with your family, then make sure you send them a lovely message today, just to make sure that they know that you're thinking of them. And happy Easter for all the comments that are coming in as well. Right, today is going to be a live question and answer. So this means that I'm going to be answering your questions live. So if you have a question, hopefully towards the end of this, I'll hopefully answer everything. But just like normal, I'm going to be running through the statistics that have come out today, but I will also be going through some other news that has come out literally the last 10 minutes, because the president gave a speech about an hour ago. I've got some new information, of course, that we would like to share out relating with the workers going back tomorrow, and any new protocols that have been put into place as well. So all of you guys, happy Easter, happy Easter. Also, remember to stay tuned until the end of this video, because I've got a little surprise for you, which I know a lot of you have been asking for since day one. So stay tuned to the end of this. Hopefully you might guess what this surprise is, and we'll see at the end what that surprise is, okay? Okay, so today's date is Sunday, the 12th of April, 2020. Happy Easter. And let's run through the numbers. So as of today, there is 166,019 people infected. That is 4,167 over the last 24 hours. And again, we are expecting this gradual decline, gradual ups and downs. This is going to be happening over the next couple of weeks. As for the people who have been recovered and cured of the coronavirus, that is 62,391 in total, and that's 3,282 in the last 24 hours. And unfortunately, we do always go through the deaths. So there are 16,972 deaths in total. That is 619 over the last 24 hours. And of course, the media have got hold of this, and they've already started to say how Spain is not over the hump and not over the peak. And actually the president actually said today, well, we expected this. There's going to be ups and there's downs, but this number is actually still very, very good. At least for the last 7 days, it's still lower than the last 7 days. So something is working, okay? What we are doing at the moment, it is working, and something is correct. So fantastic here. Also, some other figures that have been coming out today. So in total, of course, with the amount of figures, there have been over 500,000 fines that have been put out. And this is for people who have been breaking the laws and the rules, basically maybe going shopping when they shouldn't be, going to a further distance, or a supermarket or something like this. It could be more strict, where there's been 4 or 5 people in a car, maybe move into their summer homes and stuff like this. But over 500,000 fines have been put into place. Now, of course, the most of these fines, they do have a limit, where it is for the first 15 days, it's half of what it is, and afterwards it's the full price. So we could see some definite gains in the country here. We don't know what's actually going to be happening to those, but I suspect it will be going back to relief for victims of coronavirus and back to the health service, in my opinion. But also, since coronavirus has started, there has been 4,000 people arrested for not obeying the rules. So I think that is absolutely incredible to see that the police are doing their job, and they are really getting out and trying to sort out the people who are not following the rules, and they are arresting them if they are bad offences. So that's another good thing there. Okay, so listening to the president today, and he started off with his speech. And he basically just summed up everything in a short bullet points. But as he said to the end, and I thought I would share this with you as well, we are in an unknown area. No one has been through something like this before, but divided, we will not conquer. United, we will. And I thought something like that was really, really profound, because it is so true. If we are divided in this, and only a part of us stick to the rules and part of us don't, we are never going to defeat this. So we have to stay united through this. So yeah, unidos. Okay, we have to be united. So I thought that was a really, really good thing. Also, he talked about the workers. Now, this is where I know a lot of people, and after yesterday's video, I was bombarded with questions. I had over 100 private messages, thousands of comments asking about the different things. So I've basically done the research. I've taken it to lawyers, and they've said this is what the law states. It's whether the police will follow what they believe is necessary or available to work or not. So again, for the next couple of days, it will be wishy-washy, and I guarantee we'll be seeing different people saying, well, I got reported by the police, or I got arrested or fined or something like that. I guarantee there will be stuff like this, because again, the police have to keep up to date, but it's so difficult for them to keep up to date with so many new rules coming out every single day. So it will be difficult. But what we can do is, of course, advise the people who can work and the people who cannot work, and also provide the documentation to say that they are allowed to work, okay? And it can give proof that they are allowed to work as well, and hopefully that will actually avoid any conflict between police or Guardia Civil or security if you're on a resort or something like that, okay? Okay, so as it stands, tomorrow, everyone has been asking about what they can do and can't do, but literally the only change that is actually happening is the workers that are able to go back tomorrow. Nothing else has changed. And the amount of people are saying and asking, can I now go to the gym? Can I go for walks? Can I walk the dog with my partner? Can I go to the supermarket further away? No, nothing else has changed. The only difference from yesterday or today till tomorrow is going to be the people who can work. That is it, okay? Everyone else should stay inside, and everyone else should still self-isolate, okay? So we got the document that we actually translated originally, because this is what it states in the decree, that the workers that started in the first lockdown from the 14th of March, the decree that was put out yesterday, Saturday, it's basically stating that we will be returning to what the rules were on the 14th of March for the workers, okay? Now, I actually did have my wife translate the document, which I actually put out. Let me see if I can quickly share it with you guys. Yes, there it is. So this document, it was all in English. I know you can't read it there, but it was all in English about the people who can work. And what I will be doing is sharing this again with all of the people on this page, so you guys can have a look. You can see if your sector, and ask me a question if you're unsure about whether you can go back to work or not, or what will be open, etc. Okay, so yes, that document I will be posting after this video. If you want to search for it now, well, wait until the end of the video, please. But you can, it's on the page. Back in the 19th of March, I think we posted this translation, and that was translated by my beautiful wife, Paloma, and yeah, she translated this all from Spanish into English to help you guys. Now, the main questions that we've been getting is, who can work on Monday? Well, construction workers is the main amount of workers, but self-employed is basically what they're coming under now. So, reading this document that we had, now this is the original document, it says construction. Yes, it has to be authorized, so it has to be legal construction work. So in other words, you have to have permission to start work on a property or something like this, and safety measures must be put into place. Now, safety measures will basically be keeping a distance of 2 meters between each of the workers, and of course, safety measures for their own safety. It will be masks and gloves, and of course, staying away from anyone who may potentially be in a property where you're working on the construction site, okay? So that's basically what I can say to you. I don't have much more information, because this is what the document reads. Take away as you wish what you want from it, but this is all that's given out. So it's very, very wishy-washy, because you never know what could be correct or not correct, or yeah, just difficult really. And I'll quickly go through the other ones. So for example, dog groomers. Now, dog groomers were a big one that everyone was asking about. Now, personally, I don't think dog groomers will be allowed to work, and if they are stopped by police, I think they will say no, it is not a necessity that has to be out right now. So I don't think they will be allowed. However, in the document here, it is self-employed. Now, talking about self-employed, anyone who will be going back to work, if you're a construction worker or a carpenter or a builder or a kitchen fitter or an electrician or whatever, The only way you will be able to go back to work is one, that you are self-employed and up to date with your self-employment papers, okay? So that means you've paid for April or March, sorry, and you have proof of this payment as well. If you don't have proof or you have not been paying, then no, you will not be able to work, because the police will basically ask you for these papers and documents to make sure that you are all legal. But yes, it does say right there, it says self-employed workers. Now, self-employed workers, as they put it, are allowed to move around to work, such as plumbers, messengers, electricians, builders, sales representatives, etc. That's all was stated on this initial document. So, again, it all depends on what you would class. It's very wishy-washy. And also the biggest question we had as well was hairdressers. Can hairdressers now work? Well, from tomorrow, yes. But as it was stated from the 14th, it is only meant to be for people with special needs, or needs to who aren't capable of washing their own hair. Maybe someone who is elderly or disabled. These are the only people who will be able to go out and cut hair or wash hair, etc. for these circumstances. You may not go to open up a salon and work in a salon. This can no longer happen. It is only for mobile hairdressers, but legal mobile hairdressers. So again, you have to be self-employed. You have to be paying your taxes and prove that you've been paying your self-employment as well, okay? This is all the information that we have for the moment. Now, another question that some people were asking were vehicles going to work, basically. If two people at the same work can go in the same vehicle. Well, at the moment, if it's a private vehicle and you're going to work, then yes, it is just vehicles. There is no limit on the passengers. But by the rules that were put into place, and I think these will still stay in place, it would have to be one in the front and one in the back. If you have a minivan, then one per row, that will be able to be accepted, and they all must be wearing masks to be able to drive, okay? That's the only, and that's under the employer's responsibility to get hold of. If you will not have masks, you will not be able to travel together. And I think, for the moment, that's all the questions that were really coming through yesterday. Now, I'm going to quickly go onto the live video, and I'm going to look at some of your comments, because, of course, you guys have been bombarding me with questions, and I haven't been reading them because I want to, of course, get through to the news and everything as well. So let's have a quick look. Let's go live. And let's see your comments. Let's see if you have any questions. Can you tell me if post offices are going to open to post abroad? They've always have been, Angie. They've always been open. So yes, you can actually go to the post office. My hairdresser is in Benidorm. She's on Camping Raco, Benidorm. Okay, you guys are answering each other's questions there. Brilliant. When is the sun coming out of lockdown, please? That's a good one, Brian. Yeah, unfortunately not a brilliant day today. A bit cloudy. Let's have a look. Okay, if I'm self-employed and my husband isn't, can he drive me? No, we've had this question yesterday as well of someone who is self-employed but they are not able to drive. Can their partner take them? No, this will not actually be allowed, and if you're caught by the police, you will be fined for this, okay? So please be very careful with that. Understand that they can mainly, mainly for old people as long as they are registered business. Yes, that is okay, Tim. Okay, different days in areas of Spain. Some Thursdays before Easter, some on Monday. Maybe you're answering another question there, okay? Had problems with removal companies still not wanting to move as due to risk. Okay, this was actually another one. Yes, removal companies. Again, because they're classed as a company and not self-employed, it might be, again, not able to work at the moment. And because they have to be in close proximity between each other, for example, if they're moving furniture and they have to have two together, they're not keeping the distance. So I think with this, the police might see this as a risk and not allow removal companies to be able to move. So I think that will actually be until the 26th of May, okay? Let's have a look. Obviously, there won't be markets. No, street markets are still not on. However, the static indoor markets are still open and they are functioning as well. Let's continue on. Are the TV places open? TV places? Electrical shops, TVs. No, those shops are not open. You'll have to go online for that. If you mean ITV, as in the MOT offices, no, these will actually stay closed for the moment, but don't worry because you've already got an extension on at least 60 days, so do not worry about that. When will we get ERTE? We don't know about when the money will start to come in because, again, the application has been just dramatically high. So we don't know actually when the ERTE payments will start coming in. Majority of the payments do come in from the 1st to the 15th, but this could be from this month or maybe next month, so we don't actually know about that, okay? Okay, let's have a look. Is the government benefit to help with private rentals? Good. So we did do this about private rentals, okay? We'll go quickly into this. So private rentals, if you are currently in a private rental, you cannot be kicked out. However, you have to try and negotiate with the owner to try and extend, either if you don't have enough money to pay your rent, to extend and put a financial plan into place. Let's say, for example, when we come out and you're able to go back to work, from the 26th onwards, you're paying maybe 30 euros a week extra to pay off what you haven't paid. You have to try and negotiate with your owner, with the owner, okay? And then they have to, of course, try to accommodate as much as possible. If an agreement does not come into place from the 26th onwards, they will be able to evict you. But this is only when you have tried to get any benefits at all, okay? And also, this is one big thing that unfortunately a lot of people have actually received is illegal rentals. Now, if you have a rental and you are paying someone in cash and you have not got a contract, you will not get any help. I'm very sorry about this, but from day one, like myself, I'm in real estate, so I know how the importance is to have an actual contract put into place for my clients, because if not, the owner and the client or the tenant can actually be put out by a lot of money, and it could be really damaging for each one of them. So always have a contract. If you don't have a contract put into place, I can't actually help, and I don't think the government will be able to help you with that either. So again, try and get a document, or if you have the document, then try to accommodate with someone, with the renter or the owner of the property. And if you're an owner of the property, again, please try and accommodate to the people who are renting as well, and try and negotiate some sort of payment plan as well, okay? Let's have a look. You keep cutting out. Is it my computer? Maybe. I don't know. I'm on Wi-Fi. It should be 5G, so it should be okay. Let's have a look. Does anyone know if you can rent a private mailbox? I don't think this would be classed as an essential part at the moment, like what you need to do. So maybe if you go to the Correos office, you might be able to rent out some sort of thing. Pool cleaners. Yes, pool cleaners, you should be able to go back to work because your class is self-employed. So yes, you will be able to go back to work and check the pools on the properties, okay? Hire company to hire a van to move once completions. Hire companies, I believe at the moment they are still not functioning, but I could make some phone calls tomorrow because that's what I did initially when they started. So I will let you know about that. Can TV aerial people repair TVs? Yes. Any repair companies or repair men, they can come and actually do this now. That is not a problem whatsoever, okay? Let's have a look. Think you meant 26th of April, not May. Yes, you are correct there. Golf clubs, no. Okay, the amount of people who have suggested that golf clubs are open and golf courses will be opening, or are they open? No sport can continue. Again, the only thing that will change is the people who can go to work, okay? That's the only thing. Are banks open for me to pay the car tax? Yes, but we've talked about this before. You can actually take this, the document that you have, that you've received in the letter or in the mail, and you can scan it in one of the cash machines, and you can do it at a cash machine, okay? Self-employed cleaners, property checks, who works... Oh, that's just lost, sorry. God, you guys are commenting like crazy. Let's have a look at some other ones. Is banks openings? Yes, banks should be opening, but again, some might not due to risk of maybe having a small area to work, so they might not be able to. Okay, my son has a villa on the same resort as myself. He is in the UK with his family. Can I clean his pool? Unless... Oh, this is another one, actually. So, people have been asking about if I can go and check on my neighbour's property or go and check on my neighbour's pool. No, this is not allowed. Unless you are a self-employed legal person to go and do this, you are not allowed to go and check on your neighbour's or your friend's or your son's property. It has to be someone who is self-employed and legal to do this, okay? So anyone who's thinking that you can now go and check on an apartment for your friend or for your neighbour, this cannot happen, okay? Please do not think that you're allowed to go out now. Let's have a look. More questions. Oh, good. Are builders merchants open? They have been open, but only for online orders, and this is actually only open for, again, legal tradesmen. So, for example, builders who are self-employed and up to date, you can actually ring for the likes of Leroy Merlin. You can ring these up and make your order online or through the phone, and then go and pick it up from certain hours of the day. So yes, you can actually do this already. But yes, I don't think they'll be opening up to the public, but you will still be able to go to the website and order stuff if you are self-employed and a builder, okay, a tradesman. Let's have a look. Have you heard about the drug no-till ban in the UK? Lots of countries, but apparently Spain want to use it for treating coronavirus. No, I haven't actually seen anything like that. So yeah, very interesting. Are hospital appointments okay or cancelled? They are still going to be. If it's non-essential, they will be cancelled or postponed. But if it's an essential, you should make sure you ring the hospital or the medical centre just in case, because some of them are still going ahead. Can you get us a mortgage without a large payment? Mark, I could try. It all depends on who you would go with, but if you want to give me a private message, I'll see if I can sort something out for you. Can you register Padron next week? I don't believe these offices will be functioning as normal. Again, they will have an amount of paper that they will have to be delaying a lot of the paperwork. So bear with the Padron office and the notary offices, because they have got a lot of work to get on. I work in a bar that is probably not going to be opening until the end of the year. Do I still get benefits till then? Yes, you should be able to get benefits, but I don't know for how long yet. Okay, so yeah, be very careful with that. Let's have a look. They are staying closed. You guys are already answering each other's questions. Thank you. Okay, if work vehicle, yes. You guys are answering each other's questions again. Okay, can family members visit if you see someone coming to visit people? Can you report them? Yes. Okay, no, you cannot. So I'll rephrase everything, and the 1,000 people that are watching at the moment. No, you cannot go out. The only change that is actually happening tomorrow is the amount of work that is going to be starting up again. And this will be the construction department, local merchants such as builders, electricians, plumbers. These will be able to go out. Now, the majority of these should be for emergency calls only, not just a typical thing that you might be doing a day-to-day kind of thing. This is what was put into place from the 14th onwards. It should be only for essential or necessary work that maybe they can't do without. That's basically what we've been advised, and this is what the police will probably be looking at as well. If they see a plumber out and about, they will ask if it is an essential or an emergency or something like this, because they don't want thousands of people out on the streets, because they are legally allowed to work. Okay, let's carry on. Can you go to the doctors to register for SIP? Nope, you won't be able to go to the doctors to register for this, but you can do it online, I believe. Let's have a look. What do you mean by static markets are allowed to open? Static as in the indoor markets. So, for example, the indoor markets that you might see in the big city centres, they have actually been open for during the whole of the crisis, because, of course, they're providing food and everything as well. Let's have a look. Any more questions? Wow, you guys are doing my job, which is brilliant. When can I move to my house in Spain from the UK? Not got residency. Okay, we'll put this as the last question, and then we'll give you your little surprise, your Easter surprise, should I say. So the people who are asking at the moment, when will I be able to get back to Spain? As saying right now, I don't know. I really have no idea what's going to be happening, because as we've seen from the other countries out of Spain, their numbers are still going up. For the likes of the UK, they've reported over 1,000 deaths in the last 24 hours, which is way higher than the peak of Spain. And in my personal opinion, they're actually just getting started. They're not at the peak, and I don't think they're close to the peak either. Why? Because they haven't taken seriously the confinement and self-isolation that was put into place. Spain cracked down on this, and the Guardia Civil, the police, Policía Nacional and Local, they've all been working out, flat out, there we go, because they know how important this had to be. Whereas in the UK, fines of only 60 euros instead of 600 euros in Spain, nobody's going to be paying attention to them. So of course the videos that I have seen from friends and family, it's just really, really sad to see, because I've got friends and family there. I would love to take my daughter to go and see my granddad in the UK, but I'm probably not going to be able to do that for another couple of months, because the likes of the UK is still having a high amount of death rates and people not actually respecting the rules of a lockdown. It's very difficult to say when this lockdown and when people will be able to travel from the UK to Spain and vice versa from Spain to the UK. Now, what I will say, there are still emergency flights, but only for people who have residency. If you don't have residency, you are not able to travel until at least the 26th, but probably that will be into mid-June, I would say, because this is where the majority of airlines are now putting their flights from mid-June. I think it's 17th of June actually. So what I'm predicting is mid-June, hopefully when this is all over in Spain and it's starting to be on the decline in the UK per se, then I think we'll be able to travel. But until then, I don't think there's going to be any travel, and I think the borders will still stay up in Spain especially until such time in June. But who knows? Who knows? Okay, so you guys have been amazing. Now, I just want to say the first thing of all, I'm still marked as spammed. I'm still marked as spam on Facebook. So if you guys can please share this video, that would be amazing. But for a special Easter treat, she's a bit sleepy. No. I've got my little baby girl, and for you guys to now officially meet.
This is very embarrassing.
My wife. So this is Paloma. Now Paloma was the one behind the computers, translating, sending out messages to everyone as well. She's the psychologist, and she's the one helping so many people through this as well. And again, if you guys are struggling, you just want someone to message and to talk to, just vent. Message. Just vent. That's all it is.
That's all it is.
So I just want to say again, thank you guys so much for doing this. And I think on Easter Sunday especially, it's a nice way to just say thank you, and for you guys to meet my family especially. I know the granddad, my dad, is going to be watching this probably in tears, and maybe Nana Jan as well. And I don't know where we're going to go with the end of this video here, but I just wanted you guys to see my lovely family. And just see...
And Lily's outfit as well.
And Lily's outfit, yes.
She's wearing a very appropriate outfit for today, aren't you, baby?
It's a little bunny.
It's a little bunny. It's an Easter bunny, baby. Oh, she's very sleepy. I've been trying to keep her awake for the past half an hour. Yeah, but you're going to crash, aren't you, baby girl?
She is going to crash.
Bless her.
So, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for sharing these. Thank you all for the likes, the hearts, for the nice words as well. You guys are privately messaging me just saying how amazing this job is, but honestly I'm just doing it because I'm in confinement. I can't work. My real job is an estate agent, so I can't work at the moment. So it's difficult times, but this is what I can do to help. Then brilliant. I'll continue helping until the lockdown has been lifted, and this one especially will be helping as well, translating the news, the articles, as much as you can. Yeah. But from my family to yours, we just want to say happy Easter. And we wish you, everyone who is watching right now, just the safety in this world and
loads of chocolate.
And loads of chocolates, which we weren't able to get, unfortunately, because we were not quick enough to the shops. But oh well, I know my mum will probably have some. Another time. Yay. Anyway, guys, we're going to finish up with this video there. There's not going to be a question of the day today, but you guys can relax, enjoy your family time, send a message to your friends and family just to wish them a happy Easter. And I'll see you tomorrow at 4 p.m, just like every day. And I'll do a quick update on everything in the last 24 hours. Isn't that right?
Say bye-bye, everybody.
You going to say goodbye? Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.